Hello everyone, welcome you all in my video tutorial. This tutorial is for class 10th, chapter number 2, Internet Services, part 1. Before starting this chapter, let me remind you all the previous topics which we covered. The first topic is Internet and its components. In this, we have discussed World Wide Web, basic internet terminology like server, client, web browser, web page, website, URLs, emails, etc. Next we covered URLs. As you all know, URL is a unique address of a website, and this URL contains some elements like the scheme, the host, the domain. Next is domain extension. As you all know, we are having so many domain extensions like .com, .in, .gov, .net, .org, .edu, .asia, .aero, many more are there. And we are having some country domain also, like for India we have .in, for United States we are having .us, .jp for Japan. Likewise we are having country domain also. Next we have discussed is protocol. As you all know, a protocol is a set of rules which we need to follow whenever we interact with the internet. And the first protocol that we have discussed is TCP and IP. TCP stands for Transmission Control Protocol. IP stands for Internet Protocol. It is a family of protocol defining conversation for communication between computers over the internet. Next protocol that we have discussed is HTTP and HTTPS. The major difference between these two protocols is HTTP allow access hypertext file, whereas HTTPS is a secure website, and whatever information HTTPS contains, that all are secured by secure socket layer. Next we discussed is blog. As you all know, blog is a simple website. Using blog we can share our thoughts and ideas over the internet. And next we have discussed types of blogs also. So there are so many types of blogs like personal blog, companies blog, political blog, microblog, many more are there. Now I am going to start this chapter. As you know, this chapter name is Internet Services, and as you all know, internet provides so many services like information retrieval, email, video conferencing, e-learning, e-banking, e-shopping, e-governance, e-group, social networking, and many more are there. If we discuss the first one, information retrieval, so information retrieval means using internet we can access information whenever we require. For this we need a browser to retrieve data. As I told you in previous videos also, to access web content we need a application, software application. That application is our web browser. Without web browser we are not able to access web content. So that's why we need a web browser. And to visit any site, first we need to type URL of that particular website in the address bar of your browser. The browser contacts the web server and requests the information. The web server sends the required information back to the web browser to display the web page. The browser downloads a copy of home page of that site on your computer. This way you can explore all the site on the web. Some common interesting educational websites that are given below. Dear student, please see that all site. Next is emails. Dear students, as you all know, emails is electronic mail. Is possibly the most popular internet application. It allows users to send and receive messages in real time. It is cost effective and eco-friendly from communication as it saves paper as well as postage cost. Email provides the provision for sending attachments such as pictures, songs, videos, etc. along with the text message. It means if you have some file and you want to send that file along with your email, we are having an option attachment option to attach that particular file and send along with our email. Next is email account. Dear student, as you all know, to send a mail we need an email address. As order to mail is delivered to its destination with the help of addresses like house number, street name, location, city, state, etc. mentioned on it. Likewise, an email is delivered to its destination email account with the help of mentioned email address. So that is why I am telling you, if you want to send any mail, for this we must have a mail ID or mail address. Email address is an electronic mailbox on a network where email can send and receive. An email account also act as an virtual address. It provides you by your email account provider and contain information about your username, email account provider, password and email settings. Next is email address. Email address is a name that uniquely identifies an email account on a network. To send and receive mails, we need to have an email address. While sending an email, we insert email address of recipients so that computer know where to send it. And whenever, dear student, whenever we type an email address or whenever we create an email address or email ID, that time if you observe, then email ID create like this. First user name, next is @ and at last domain extension and domain name. So let me discuss first part, username. It is the name of person account which can be actual name, a word or a phrase, and it should be unique also. Next is @sign. This @ used to concatenate or to combine username and domain name. Next part is domain extension. It is specified after the domain name and indicates which type of organization is providing the email account. Like we can find it by seeing that domain extension, like whether the domain extension is .com or .org. Next is if we discuss about email services, so there are two types of email services. First one is web-based email services. Second one is application or client-based email services. If we discuss about the web-based email services, so the web-based email services can be accessed by users across the globe for any computer connected to the internet at any time. Due to this flexibility, These email services have become very popular, especially among those who are always traveling. For using web-based email, one needs to first register with the email service provider in order to get a free account and create a login with a username and password. This username is the email address which become operational after registration. It means if you want to use web-based email, so first of all you need to register yourself on email servers. After registering yourself, you are able to use the email address with your email ID and password, and it is easy to send the emails to the other person. Some of the well-known free web-based email services are like, as you all know, Gmail, Yahoo, MNS, and many more are there. Next, if we discuss application or client-based email. Application-based or client-based email means you need to install a program on your computer to read the email. Some of the examples of application-based email programs are like Outlook Express, Mozilla Thunderbird, and Foxmail. And one thing more, dear student, to use any email, either it is web-based or application-based, we must have a username and password. Without this, we are not able to use email services. Next thing, how to create an email account. Here I have given some simple steps. If you want to create an email account, then you need to follow these all steps. The very first step which we have to follow to create an email account is, first though, you need to connect your computer with internet. Next is, you need to go to the email servers like www.gmail.com. Next, you need to click on create account. When you click on create account, you will get sign up option on the screen. After getting sign up option, you need to fill all the credentials, all the details. After filling all the details, you may get one more option to apply privacy appear on the screen. You must have to read it carefully and click on I agree button. At last, your account will be created and the Google welcome page will appear. Next is search engine. Or before starting search engine, let me discuss one more thing. After creating your emails, when you open your email account, then suppose you want to send an email. And when you try to send an email, then you must get a structure of an email message. Like in that you are getting some fields like from, to, CC, BCC, subject line, body, attach files. From this field contain the email address of the sender of the email. To, here you need to provide the recipient's address. CC, when sending a message to multiple recipients, use CC, carbon copy field. The email address mentioned in this field are visible to all the recipients of the mail. BCC, it is also used to send copy of mail to the several recipients. However, choose the BCC if you do not want to expose your contact's email address to the many recipients. So for this you need to use blind carbon copy BCC. Subject line. The subject line is the first part of your email that the recipients will see. When entered the subject line, be ensured to include important information which depict what the email is about. So be very vigilant whenever you provide you are using subject line. Be very vigilant. Next is body. The body is the message area where you actually write the message that you want to send. It can be professional letter or a note to a friend or a family member. Try to avoid writing too much in an email and keep it limited to one screen length. If you have a lots of information that needs to be sent, include in an attachment file. Next is attach files. Along with your email, if you want to send some file like audio, video or any other file, so for this you may use this attachment button. Next is search engine. What is search engine? Search engine is an application that helps user in finding information or document from the vast sea of knowledge that is internet. Millions of web pages on the internet contains lots of information. Searching the desired web page and finding the exact information is not an easy task. Dear students, as you all know, at server side we have millions of web pages. Among these millions of web pages, to find a particular web page, really it is not an easy task. In this kind of situation, search engine plays a significant role. All we have to do is enter some keywords in search engine and it provides us with a list of relevant web pages. Now, here I have mentioned some popular search engine addresses. The most popular search engine addresses is Google. Next is AltaVista. Next is Yahoo. Next, one more is Bing. Apart from this, many more are there. Next thing that I am going to discuss you, how a search engine works. As a client, as a user, whenever you try to search any information from the internet, so what will happen? As a user, suppose you want to search some information about any topic. So as a user, your first step is to open your computer. Inside you need to open browser application. After opening browser application, you need to type URL, and that URL you type that goes as a query to the web server. Once it reaches at web server side, the responsibility of web server is to send that particular query to the index server. As that request goes to index server's responsibility is to check whether for that particular query it have any web page or not. If index server finded any web page related to that query, immediately it will send to the document server, and from document server response goes to the user. So like this a search engine will work. And after completing this cycle, you are getting the result or response related to whatever search you made as a query to the web server. So this is the simple working of a Google search. Hope you will understood this one. Thank you, dear students. Next, all the web services, internet services we will cover in next video. Thank you.